I'd like you to think of a conspiracy theory. You might be able to think of several just off the top of your head. Some might seem relatively harmless, like aliens in Roswell, New Mexico, but others might seem more sinister, like the QAnon conspiracy theorists who stormed the Capitol on January 6, 2021. Conspiracy theories have entered the popular culture of the United States, and no matter how ridiculous they may seem, they can be incredibly dangerous, especially when mixed with politics. But the intersection of conspiracy theories and politics is not a new phenomenon in the United States. Historians have long known that conspiracy theories played a part in American politics as far back as the colonial era and the American Revolution. Yet historical inquiry into political conspiracy theories often seeks to understand why otherwise rational people believe seemingly irrational explanations of events. This interpretation seeks to answer the question of why conspiracy theories exist, while also aimed at showing how dangerous conspiracy theories can be to civil liberties and democratic government. This line is problematic, as it makes many conspiracy theories seem like a natural occurrence stemming from religious, social, and cultural aspects of the American experience, such as the fear of powerful individuals or just a belief in fairness. I took a different approach in my research to reevaluate the role of conspiracy theories in the politics of the United States. Instead of asking why people believe in conspiracy theories or where do conspiracy theories come from, I asked how are they spread and by whom, and then I asked the question why. My research found that conspiracy theories and conspiratorial rhetoric are not just part of a cultural script that Americans draw on, but that they are a political technology, a refined and innovatively used tactic of political actors to gain power. In my research, I looked at the ways that early to mid 19th century politicians in the North used conspiracy theories to gain power, influence public opinion, and therefore win elections. Using the letters they wrote and the newspapers they printed, I found that the same politicians returned to the tactic of using conspiracy theories over the course of several decades, simply changing the object of their conspiratorial rhetoric from groups like the Freemasons to Southern enslavers. Northern politicians used conspiracy theories most often when they needed the support to build new political parties or to better define the platforms of existing ones. The reason for this was that conspiratorial rhetoric gave them a means to appeal to the exclusively white male voter base. In short, the reason that conspiracy theories were so successful was that they were employed to reinforce white supremacist and patriarchal conceptions of democracy and American society. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Chris. I have no idea why I hate that hate on Uncle Sam. I actually don't mind Uncle Sam. For some reason, I made a connection to the IRS, and I was like, yeah, boo hiss, IRS.
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah, yes. Conspiracy. I mean, I may be a little partial to Rosie the Riveter, but, you know, Uncle Sam's okay, too. Any questions for Chris? Yes, Kendra.
I have a question. What actually defines conspiracy theory? Because, like, as time progresses, we know that there actually have been things that were previously labeled conspiracy theories, but turned out to be true because I guess the government was withholding, files and stuff like that. So how do you exactly define?
So I would define conspiracy theories as any kind of idea or narrative that an individual or an organization kind of works to gain power at the expense of others behind the scenes. And part of my interest in conspiracy theories is that they don't necessarily have to be true or false. One conspiracy theory I focused on was called the slave power conspiracy, which was held by Republicans before the Civil War. And they argued that Southern enslavers were conspiring to take over the American government through holding the presidency and various, postings in the federal government. That actually turned out to be more true because many Southerners did, and they had a vested interest in preserving slavery by holding positions in the federal government. But what's important is the way that Northerners and oppositional politicians employed these to win voters and to influence elections by riling people up against these perceived conspiracies, whether they were true or false.
Question.